Hello everyone. I'm Assistant Professor Mervil Rodriguez from G.R. Kari College of Law, Margam, Goa. I'll be dealing with a module under the subject Penology and Victimology. Now, this subject is there for semester 4 of the LLB degree program. Now, I will be delivering a lecture on the topic Modern Sociological Theories, that is, Sutherland's Differential Association Theory and Reckless's Social Vulnerable Theory. So, as I've said, I'll be dealing with two modern sociological theories. Now, through this module, the student will be able to know about the sociological theories of crime as propounded by the criminologist Edwin Sutherland and Walter Reckless. Here they have given the meaning of crime and how it is committed in a society. Now first we'll see what is the sociological school of criminology. Now this school of criminology seeks to locate the causation of crime in the social environment or how crime takes place in the society. So also there are variations in crime rate due to changes in the social organization. Sometimes it increases or sometimes the crime rate decreases. It depends on the changing society. For example, mobility, culture, religion, economy, political ideologies, density of population, employment situations, etc. Now there can be crimes because of religion, disputes, culture of each religion. So also the density of population, for example, a place may be overcrowded, as a result of which there may be some disputes which may in turn lead to crimes. So also, as per the school, there are various processes through which a person becomes a criminal. In addition to this, there is an impact of various social and environmental conditions, which also make it favorable for commission of a crime. So also, social conditions of a criminal, social interactions, it all depends on or with whom the criminal interacts, what is his friend circle, etc. Now, persons do not conform to the established norms and traditions prescribed by law, which means they are against it. And when they are against it, sometimes it so happens that they resort to crimes. It is also that there will be some persons who may later become criminals. They do not adhere to the societal norms. They do not go as per the norms of the society or the normal standard of the society. Crimes also take place because of family relationship, the background of the family, the upbringing of a person, all matters. And if it's not good, for example, if it's a broken home, it may lead a person to become a criminal. Therefore, social interests are protected by the society. Now, there are certain essential elements of crime, which we'll see now. Now, there are certain values that are appreciated by the lawmakers who are politically dominant. No doubt there is a law, but people do not follow the same. They go against the law, and as a result of which they commit a crime. So also there is conflict of interest in society due to environmental variations. As the environment changes or as the seasons change by, there may be a conflict of interest in society. So what happens in some societies, people migrate from one place to another place, and as a result of which they may not be accepted in a particular society, or they may not be able to adjust in a particular society, which may result in a dispute or a conflict. Or to have the basic needs, there may be a conflict, which in turn leads to commission of a crime. At times, there is use of force and coercive measures by the offenders, which in turn again leads to the commission of a crime. Now, there is a sociological theory of criminal behavior. Now, what is this theory about? This theory says criminals are a product of society, or a person becomes a criminal because of the society. The nature of the society, the type of society is very important with whom the person interacts. So also there's an impact of sociological factors. So if the society is good, then you may be trying to do away with criminality. But if it is bad, you may embrace criminality. So it's about shunning or embracing criminality. And it all depends on the type of society you belong to and your bringing up. Now, the leading criminologist in the field of criminology, Professor Sutherland, explained criminal behavior. Now, he stressed on 2 points: dynamic explanation of the crime, wherein he speaks about the processes operating at the time of the occurrence of the crime, which means as the society progresses, as the society changes, crimes will also take place. There may be more crimes or there may be less crimes. So it's a dynamic process which keeps on changing. So also it all depends on the nature of crime or the type of crime. So as per the society, there may be serious crimes or there may be petty crimes. Again, it depends on society. Further, he makes a mention about historic or generic explanation of crime. So here, these are the processes operating in the earlier life history of the criminal. For example, the past history of the criminal is taken into consideration. Now, past history may be the person is a habitual offender. So here you're trying to find out as to what makes the person commit the crime again and again, or maybe for the second or the third time. So also the society to which he belongs to. So earlier life history of the criminal is taken into consideration. So here the criminologist, Professor Edwin Sutherland, came up with a theory known as the theory of differential association. And this theory was propounded by him in the year 1939. And further on, it was modified by him in the year 1947. Now here, he says, crime is learnt by association with others. How you associate yourself with others is also taken into consideration for commission of crime in case of a criminal. So also behavioral learning takes place through personal contacts with other people. So here it's all about with whom you keep your contact with. Good people, bad people, and that depends on the type or the nature of crime you commit at a later stage. He also makes a mention about learning the techniques for committing the crime. Different techniques may be adopted by the criminal to commit a crime. Maybe a severe crime or a serious crime or a petty crime. So the modus operandi, how we go about with the crime, is a decisive factor and linked to the society. So also the attitudes and rationality or justification for their committal. What is the attitude of the criminal? What is the justification given by the criminal for committing the crime? For example, sometimes poverty is the reason for committing a crime in some cases. People still to have the basic needs in life. Or sometimes it is greed for more money, which makes a person commit a crime. Or to have a high lifestyle makes a person to commit a crime. For example, a theft. Now, a person becomes a criminal if there is an excess of influence on him favorable to the violation of the law. So also, criminality as a consequence of social processes operating in society. Now, what used to happen in the early period was, due to the homogeneity of society, the incidence of crime was rare, which means crimes were very less because society was uniform. There was no conflict. But with the advancement of science, technology, civilization, and economic progress, there are conflicting interests in the society. For example, cyber crimes, which were not there earlier. Then white-collar crimes are committed at a rampant level. So also there is multiplicity of crime in modern times. It's not that a person will commit only a particular type of crime. Different types of crimes are committed at different places and by different people. So also the conduct norm of one group of persons may permit one person to a particular situation. Norm of another group may permit the opposite response. For example, what is considered as a crime at one place may not be a crime at another place or in another society. For example, bigamy is punishable under section 494 of the Indian Penal Code, but under Muslim personal law, it is permissible. It is not a crime. So it all depends on the society. So also there is always an interchange of action and reaction. Person become criminals because of change of events. Then certain criminal behavior is diffused in our day-to-day life that we forget that they are crimes. A person may commit a crime, not a serious crime. For example, on a regular basis, there may be violation of traffic laws, but these are not ridiculed by society, whereas murder will be ridiculed or definitely ridiculed by the society. So criminals are reconsidered as a minority group without public support. So this was about the theory as given by Sutherland. Now we'll see the criticism of Sutherland's theory of differential association. Now it was heavily criticized by saying that it is incorrect to say that persons become criminals because of their association with criminal behavior patterns. Now there may be a case or cases when a person learns criminal behavior patterns from non-criminals. It's not only that you are learning to commit a crime from criminals. Even from non-criminals you can get the idea. So on this point it was criticized. So this theory fails to answer as to why persons have the associations they associate with, whether criminal or non-criminal. So that was about the criticism of Sutherland's theory. Now we'll see the second theory, Reckless's social vulnerable theory. Now this theory was propounded by the criminologist Walter Reckless in the 50s. He says juvenile delinquency commonly arises from a breakdown in moral and social forces that otherwise contain deviant behavior. So his main focus here is on juvenile delinquents. So also other criminals. Now there are two components to prevent criminal behavior in society. There is something known as outer containment and inner containment. Now outer containment is about community socialization and the application of social norms and rules. Inner containment of the self by a favorable self-concept, frustration, tolerance, and the ability to follow the norms. Then he speaks about something known as push-pull forces. Now, in a criminal, there are some forces that causes deviant behavior. For example, the push force. A person may be given threats to join a criminal gang. So eventually he will join the gang and it is a push force. Pull force means, for example, a child, in order to get money, joins a gang to reach the objective, maybe to have a luxurious life. So enough factors to function correctly, one must have strong morals and ethics, goal-oriented and focused. So in one's life, you may have the push force or the pull force, but it all depends how a person controls these forces so that he doesn't become a criminal. So this is about the sociological theories of crime. For this, I have referred to various books on penology and victimology. Thank you.